So guys, welcome back to the channel. Like always, this is the West Network, and today's product, this is something that I actually purchased at Burlington Coat Factory. They kind of remind me of the Bose headphones. That's what attracted them to me. But let's be honest, they don't sound or feel anything like the Bose headphones. Now, with that being said, they are only $15 inside the store. Apparently, the regular price is about $25 or so. It says pocket size, and this is definitely pocket size right here, pretty small, with the USB-C on the back. It says right here. You get a total of 20 hours. And sorry, I was reading the box along while looking at the headset. 20 hours of listening time, 5 hours in the initial charge, and then 3 inside the case. So the case has 15, while the earbuds themselves have 5. It says secure on design or secure fit. To be honest with you, I'm a little skeptical about that one. We're going to talk about that because I have been using them for a little bit. And outside of that, that's pretty much all that they offer. So once you open the side of the box and you lift this up right here, the charger is at the bottom. That's pretty much it. And it doesn't come really with anything else. I believe it has some instructions, but I'm not really concerned about that for this video because this is more of a cautionary tale where I don't really suggest them, but I do still feel like, I need to go through the necessary steps to show you guys how they are so that you yourself won't pay $15 for these. You can actually go on sale on Amazon and get something much better. With that being said, let's go ahead and unbox these together. Well, more so, let's review them together, and I'll explain to you why you should watch out for this particular product. All right, so first things first, like I said earlier in this video, this is the USB-C on the back of it, in case anyone is wondering. It's a little bit dark on this background, so I'll just put it a little bit closer. You do have this little clip right here, so if you decide to put some type of string or something, you can actually carry these directly from your book bag or on your keychain. Now, whether that's safe or not, that's a different story. So let's do the shake test real fast. Yeah, these are pretty good. To be honest with you, I never had an issue with these popping open. Even if I go ahead and drop it, it seems like a pretty secure case, so that's a good thing. Now, when you pop them open, it does say left right here and right here. I'm not sure if you guys can see that. There we go. Let me put that little angle where it flashes because these are black on black, so it's a little hard to see. And, it's a nice looking headset in my opinion. It does feel cheap in terms of the case. The case does feel cheap. And you do have the little red light on. Whenever you see the red and blue blinking, that means that it's in sync mode. But I want to show you guys how to sync it properly in the next section. So if you pop this open, this is the part that goes behind your ear right here. And depending on the size of your ear, this is supposed to be a secure fit. Now, for me, it doesn't feel too secure behind my ear. But, to each their own. I didn't expect them to really... First of all, this brand, I think, what's it called? Aiwa or Aiwa? I don't even know how to say this brand. But I have seen it quite a few times in Burlington Coat Factory. And a lot of times I was a little curious about their earbuds, but a lot of them look cheaper than what they're supposed to be. But since I love clip earbuds, as you can see, these are my regulars, the Soundcore Aerial fits right here. Aerial clips, I'm sorry. I figured I'd just get these because, hey, maybe $15, you can get something that's pretty decent. But outside of that, it's a very simplistic design. To be honest with you, I'm going to hold my opinion real fast. So we got to talk about a little bit of everything, like call quality and things like that. Anyhow, I'm going to pop them back inside the case, and I'm going to show you guys how to sync them next. So syncing the buds is going to be very simple. All you have to do is pop the case open. We're going to take the right bud and the left bud up. I'm stuttering. Left bud and right bud out. I'm going to let them go ahead and just do their sync process right now. When you see it blinking red and blue right here, that means it's ready to be paired. So all you got to do from here is go to the settings of your Android device or Apple device or PC, depending on what you're using, anything that has Bluetooth. We're going to go ahead and go to Bluetooth. And let's see what pops up. There we go. Aiwa or AIWA Clips OWS. That's what they're called. Tap that. If you're a Samsung user, it's just going to ask you to sync. If you're a Motorola or OnePlus or certain other buds, they may ask you to actually, read your contacts and things like that. You don't have to do it. You can deny that and just sync them as regular. And with Apple devices, when you tap it, it's just going to automatically sync. Now, I'm sorry, guys. My lisp is terrible today. Anyway, the point is that this is a sync process. Follow this. You should have no problems moving forward. So we need to talk about the fit and feel. Normally I would have the buds in my ear right now, but instead I'm just going to have a little picture to the side of how they look inside of my ear. Now you may be wondering why I'm cutting corners that way. Well, I'm actually not. These things right here, these guys are so incredibly uncomfortable that after like maybe 10 minutes of using them, you feel soreness behind your ears. Now, keep in mind, I want to say I got normal size ears. You have people that have smaller size, and you have people that have larger ears. You have some people that have cauliflower ears, or they may have some type of ear injury. Might have had surgery, something happened to them that might have been partially amputated. And when I do these reviews, especially as of lately, I try to suggest products or explain to people that this may not be for you simply because of the fit and feel, not necessarily the quality. Unfortunately, in this review, this is just an all-around terrible headset, all around, whether it's call quality, record quality, whether it's music quality. And I'm going to go over each individual thing to kind of bash it some more and explain that to you, because I can't frame it enough. Just every aspect about this headset just is uncomfortable. So let's talk about the soreness. So when I was doing the review, put it on the ear. And again, I've been using them for about 2 weeks now. And every time I use them, I've had the same problem. When I clip it behind the ear, it fits comfortably at first, because you have to fiddle with it a little bit in order to get it into the right position, which is not what you want to do with a headset. It should be easier to put a headset on, but unfortunately, there is zero quality control with this garbage, and they decided not to do that. And I don't use the word garbage lightly. They are definitely garbage. It was so sore. I'm gonna do this. So sore behind my ear right here, in this part of my ear. And when I put it in the front, it was pressing against it, where it was pinching the back, like if and I'm going to say this at the end of the video too, for anyone that wants to skip to the conclusion. It felt like, back in the day when an old grandmother pinched your ear and pulled on it or something. Like I'm sure you heard those stories of that happening back in the day before color TV. That's what it feels like wearing these buds. It is so incredibly uncomfortable that I was just like, when I pulled them off, it felt like a relief. Because at first when you put them on, you don't really feel the soreness at all. You may wear them for long periods of time. You're like, oh, it's not that bad. This reviewer is exaggerating. But when you pull them off and you feel like this piece is trying to grip onto the back of your ear, you start noticing that the pressure was always there. It's just that because it sat in the same spot, you didn't necessarily feel it. But once you pull them off and you feel the relief of taking them off, oh my gosh, it's like the heavens have opened up. These headphones are terrible when it comes to fit and feel. And granted, I didn't even have to do a 3-minute segment right here to explain it to you, but I had to let you know how uncomfortable it is, just with my facial expressions and everything. It's nasty. Please don't buy these if you're thinking about comfort. Again, the obvious answer is that they're terrible, but I'm going to just still go through with the full review, because that is what reviewers are supposed to do. Don't purchase these if you see them at Burlington Coat Factory. You've been warned. You have been warned, and this is this is your fault if you use your hard-earned money on this. That's all I'm going to say. So when it comes to the music quality of these buds, to be honest, it's non-existent. So I'm going to give you a list of songs that I played first, and then to kind of gauge how good or how bad they are. So if we're talking about rock people out there, my rockers, I love rock music. I did play some Linkin Park, a couple songs in that category. I played Freak on the Leash with Korn. Obviously, I've been using them for a while now, of course, but I'm just giving you a couple songs. Zombified is one of the songs that I played here. AC/DC, she rocked me all night. I forget, not the title, but you know what I mean. That song right there. I played The Jack. I love rock and roll. Just played a bunch of different songs out there. Then I went to my anime bag and I played Paper Moon. I did a couple intros to Hajime no Ippo. It just didn't sound good. I ended up going over to this more softer rock, which I'm not even sure is really considered soft rock. But I played, I think it's called Fatboy Slim. I forget what it's called. But any song that I played, whether it's Future, it did not matter. The sound quality was just abysmal. It's in the toilet. And again, I don't normally talk about earbuds like this, because I do feel like depending on the price point, you have to be reasonable based on what it is that you're paying for. But we've reached the era of earbuds where $20 can get you something where you'll be perfectly fine. The microphones might not be that great, but the music quality will be phenomenal for a lot of people, and they don't care about necessarily having the best. They just want something that works all around. This is not it. And I'm not comparing them to other in-ear earbuds. I'm comparing them to other clips. I've purchased cheaper clips for $20, $30, and you have to remember, even though they say $14.99, these were technically $20, $30, $40 when they were originally released. So it's not like I'm comparing them to something not in the same weight class. They're just terrible all around. The battery life is abysmal, 5 hours, which means you're getting like a 2-hour talk time, which is just horrible in 2024 or whenever they originally came out. They're not good. The highs, the lows, the mids, they're non-existent. The bass is trash. The vocals don't sound very good. It sounds like my first Fisher Price headphones that you would give your baby to make sure that it doesn't hurt your ears. The quality is just terrible. These are for adults. I don't know why they made this and never tested out the product. Some companies should not be in business, and in my opinion, this is one of them, if this is the garbage that they're going to release to people. And I have to use the word garbage because if you was an unsuspecting victim purchasing these buds and you decide to sync them and use them thinking, oh, they're going to be pretty good, right? You're going to be sorely mistaken. And unfortunately, people might buy this and think to themselves, well, I wanted to try my first pair of clips. This is the one I tried, so I'm a little skeptical. No. It shouldn't be these. These are horrible. To be honest with you, I've used the JLab clips, which are $50 normally, and you can normally get them for about $24.99 to $29.99 on sale on Amazon. Fairly often, by the way. Those are leaps and bounds better than these. That's why I say it really depends on the brand. And Aiwa or Aiwi, whatever the hell these things, however you say their name, they suck. They're terrible. And honestly, I should have just said they suck in the beginning and ended the video, and you guys would have been fine. But I wanted to break down why they suck. There isn't any good aspect with the music with these. It's just super underwhelming, and I refuse to lie to an audience. It's just bad. So this is the voice quality that you're going to get with these buds. If you decide to use them for every day, obviously it's going to differ if you go outside and if wind is blowing or cars are honking or, things like that. Your environment will determine the quality of the earbuds and, in the actual elements themselves. But if you're sitting indoors like I am right now, I'm in my office, private, quiet, nobody else is here except for my cat next to me. This is the quality or lack of quality that you're going to get. That's why I say when you buy products, it's good to look at reviews for people that hopefully are, talking about the particular item that you want so that you don't make the bad decision of buying something simply because it's affordable and it looks nice. Not all products are created equally, and if you're listening to this, well, you can definitely tell why. So if you're wondering who you should suggest these headphones for, I'm going to explain that to you very easily and comically. If there's someone that you don't like, someone that you can't stand, you got to do a Pollyanna at work and you're kind of forced to do it because you want to make sure that you're a team player, things like that in the corporate world, get them these. Get them these. They are probably not going to like them, and they can't get mad at you because you get them, because you just be like, I bought them from the store and they were earbud clips and I just wanted to get you something, right? Get this for your enemy. Get this for the person that you can't stand. These things suck, and I'm going to explain why they suck all over again, even though I did throughout this entire video. I've been using them for about a couple weeks now, right? And when I wear them just for 10 minutes for a video, because I decided to do this review and I didn't want to make it that long, they are clipping the back of my ears. And when I pulled them off, the soreness behind my ear, like it felt like someone squeezed, like your grandmother back in the day squeezed your ear and pulled you by your earlobe when you did something wrong. That's what it feels like wearing these. And it's just super uncomfortable. The microphones are just abysmal garbage. They sound horrible. It sounds like you're underwater, like someone has you under a headlock underwater and they're choking you while punching you in the face. It sounds terrible. The music quality is just, it's just non-existent, even for clips. I've used quite a few clips, and I'm not here to compare them to the Soundcore clips, obviously, because these are 129 earbuds. Even if you compare them to clips in the same category. And what I mean by that is these say $14.99, $25 regular, comparable value. They're normally about $29, $30, $40, something like that online when they originally launched, I'm sure. If you find anything, I could probably just close my eyes and my wife say, touch a pair of clips on Amazon, and I can't see it, and I can still find something better than this by chance. These are horrible headphones, and I don't suggest anyone to get them. The highs, the lows, the mids, the bass is non-existent. Yes, it's open ear. No, open ears don't have that much bass. This is even worse than the worst pair that I've come across. It's just uncomfortable to use. Mediocre battery life of 5 hours, which means that you have a listening time of a talk time of like maybe 2.5 hours. I didn't even test that, and I don't care enough to test that, because why put myself through this terrible ordeal of using these when I'm not going to suggest them in the first place? Anyway, you see these in Burlington Coat Factory, avoid them. If you see a review, I'm going to put in the description initially for people that didn't watch the whole thing. Terrible headphones, don't purchase, so you know not to purchase these. Anyway, like and subscribe like always, guys, and I will see y'all in the next video. Till then, take care, be safe, peace.